Wellness Webcast. My name is Mo Wolf. I am the CEO of Little Honeys LLC, makers of Bee Rescue Propolis Care and Bee Energized Raw Bee Pollen products. Very exciting program today. Fastest 30 minutes on the internet, bar none. I've got Norman beside me here. He is the official program observer. He's going to be making sure that if I have any questions about past programs, he'll have all the details for me. Very exciting show. And it's July 4th weekend. It's a holiday weekend, man. Norman, you got yourself plans this weekend? Shindig, excitement, picnics? He's shaking his head no. Norman is Mr. Excitement. He's probably going to spend the weekend with us, swimming and eating and just basically having a good family time. It is the July 4th holiday. It is time to be spending with your family. It is time to be reflecting on the gift that we have in our country and discussing that with your family. It's a very special time. This being the July 4th holiday weekend, it's also going to be a very busy time for all of you who might be working in or around a hospital ER, so make sure you're keeping your pollen with you to keep your strength up. Today, we're going to be talking about multitaskers. Now, I'm not talking about your computer or the people in the other cubicle across from you that, are able to walk, chew gum, and, sort papers on the way to the copy machine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those multitaskers that we have in our home that we use for our personal wellness. Far too often you get these products that are put on the market that are just the silver bullet for one thing. I've been to Expo West. I'm very, very familiar with the natural products market, and every year there's always at least 20 new products that are the end-all and be-all, and they do one thing. Well, if, especially in this economy, if you've got a closet full of all of these different inventory of products that each does one thing, and each one costs you $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, you're kind of working against yourself, aren't you? So the idea today is we're going to be discussing those products from Bee Rescued that handle a multitude of different things. That old WD-40 or that old duct tape effect. One product that does so many different things. I think the statute of limitations is run out. When I was a kid, we used 4-H'ers that I used to run with back in Montana. We used to use duct tape to, duct tape Boy Scouts to the barn posts at the fairgrounds every year. It was loads of fun. Who would have thought that 4-H'ers could be so insidious? Naughty kids. Uh-oh, the peanut gallery's getting feisty. Well, I wanted to share with you, let's get this going. I wanted to share with you, this week on our Facebook feed, we posted what our topic was going to be, and we said, what is it that you use this stuff for? And one lady, a dear lady who wrote into our actual BeRescuedOnline.com, sent in this about the Rescue Balm. Now remember, the Rescue Balm was primarily for topical skin issues. We're not allowed to tell you medicinally what it's used for. In fact, I should probably make that fancy disclaimer of this program. No part of this program is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But our Rescue Balm was originally designed for topical skin issues, dry, chapped, cracked skin, sassy issues on the skin like that. But what's cool about it is you don't just have that one effect from the Rescue Balm. You also have the effect of a muscle analgesic, which is what a lot of professional athletes are beginning to realize. You've also got this more internal effect just by a topical application. So what this dear lady wrote in, she says, I use the Propolis Rescue Balm daily. I buy the bulk pack because I end up giving most of them to family or friends. I use it daily on my knees. A year and a half ago, doctors wanted me to have a double knee surgery, and that's when I started rubbing the balm on my knees daily, and now surgery is no longer needed. The balm relieves any pain, and I am walking, gardening, enjoying life. It also took away my bursitis. No more cortisone shots in my knees or hips. Works great on sunburn, too. Now, that's an actual customer post that you can see on our Facebook, or you can go to our www.berescuedonline, and you can actually read what these customers are saying. It's beautiful and it's exciting. We also have a number of people that are chiming in on that post saying that yes, it worked phenomenal on. Jennifer wrote, it worked phenomenal on my recent sunburn. Wasn't a bad burn, but felt great and made my skin look good. We actually have our caller today. That's what this whole thing's about, so that we can interact together. Steve is holding the line, and he wants to tell us something about our Rescue Balm. Steve, I understand. Hello, my friend. Where are you calling from, sir?
I am calling from Waterloo, Iowa, Mo.
Steve from Waterloo, Iowa. Well, Steve, Julius, also known as Mom, is acting as our call screener today, and she just told me that you have something awesome to tell us about the Rescue Balm.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Tell us what your experience is.
Well, I work in a chemical manufacturing facility, and we use a lot of different chemicals to make other chemicals, and one of the raw ingredients that we use is called caustic potash. It's a very corrosive product.
Yeah.
And earlier this week, actually Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, I actually spilled some of it on my skin.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where it was just kind of flicked all over the place. So I actually went to...
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thanks to Rescue Balm, and I'll get to that. It's pretty cool. I was pretty amazed. And I saw your webcast, heard about your webcast through my local health food store, because one of the employees actually turned me on to your product a while ago, and I order it right now via the website. But anyway, I had spilled the potash on myself, and I went to rinse it off my skin that I could see. And I was fine. I went home, or over the time between the time I got done with work and went home, realized that some of it had actually soaked through my shoes and soaked through my socks and left some, I guess for all intents and purposes, some burns on some chemical burns on my feet in two spots. One of them being up near the knuckle of the middle toe next to the big toe, and then one right up on the kind of the... I don't know what you call it, up near the tongue where the shoe goes.
Sure.
And knowing that I've used your Rescue Balm on other things. My mom uses it on her fingers because she works in the healthcare industry in the wintertime, and it's fantastic for her. So I put it on these burns. And the first thing I noticed instantly was I didn't have that burning sensation on the skin.
Okay.
Wow, that was pretty cool. That was really cool. So So I put it on before I went to bed, left it on, woke up the next morning, and had no burning sensation. I reapplied it, and have been in the morning and the evening since then. And what I've noticed is that there is a spot on my arm that I didn't potash has been washed away. Mm-hmm. But I've noticed that the areas that I've treated with the rescue balm are shrinking in size. The burn areas are shrinking in size. They're not as visible. But the one on my arm is still quite visible. And it's not.
And the one on your arm was the control.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm one of those guys. I like to test things out, because every company will make its claim, like, our stuff works great, our stuff works awesome, and half the time it doesn't work as good as it says. So I wanted to actually kind of try it out. My friends are always like, Ryan, why do you always gotta be that way? I've got a friend, Ryan. He's like, Steve, why do you always gotta be that way? And I'm like, well, because that's just the way I am. Anyway. So I just want to call in and say the stuff has been fantastic. Because I was really scared. I haven't been working there that long, and I didn't know what this was going to do to my skin. So
yeah, that potash is some nasty stuff. We've played with it a little bit in our lab, trying to formulate some soaps, and it's used for the saponification process sometimes. And we decided, just because it's such a aggressive, nasty chemical, we didn't want any part of it at all, and so we backed away. But that is some serious stuff. Did you? I'm assuming, because of the nature of potash and skin, I'm assuming that the wound, there's an open wound from the burn, right?
I guess I wouldn't even call it an open wound anymore. I mean, it's just it'd be like if you burned yourself with a firework.
Did you get medical attention? Because that's a serious injury.
No, I didn't, because once I started putting the rescue balm on, I noticed that it didn't look as bad, and it progressively is getting better each and every day. Normally, I probably would have, just because it's something I'm not very familiar with, and it wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't a huge burn. It's not like it's swallowing up my foot or anything like that. But normally, yeah, I would have seek medical attention in a situation like this. But I guess my preventative measures with rinsing it away and then using the rescue balm has helped.
Well, I'm so thankful that our rescue balm was a blessing to you, and that it helped soothe that irritation, that pain. But I'm going to ask you, please go have a medical professional look at it. Get it checked out, just to make sure that there's no infection, just to make sure that there's no lingering problem. Because that's something you don't want to mess around with, brother.
Okay.
I'm so glad that the rescue balm was actually working that fast for you. That's remarkable. How long after?
That's what surprised me. I mean, that's why I was so. Companies will say things they'll say things to get you to buy their product. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe in the stuff that everybody says. That's why I do those comparison and tests that I was telling you about. Because hey, everybody's like, Steve, why do you got to be that way? And I'm just like, I gotta know if it's gonna work, and I gotta have a contrast. I've got to be able to compare and contrast things. So,
yeah.
That's why I left the spot on my arm. Now, granted, I will start treating that with rescue balm today too. But I wanted to call you guys because I heard about your webcast. I heard about what you guys are doing. I heard about your products about 6 months ago through. I don't want to plug anything. I don't want to be that guy on your show or anything like that, or on your webcast. But my local health food store here in Waterloo. I'm by all intents and purposes not your typical health food,
Sure.
The guy that's going in and buying everything all natural, all organic, or anything like that. But I'm beginning to realize as I get older that it's kind of where things are going, and it makes more sense. And this product just kind of, it makes sense. It makes sense what it does, and everything that's been said about the product through, the gentleman at the health food store, and then what you guys' website has said. It works, and that's the surprising part is that there's just no claims being made that aren't actual. I'm seeing it for myself, is what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm not as good of a
sure
speaker as you are.
Well, the reason that it works so well on, and I'm going to have to back off here. The reason it works so well on that dry, cracked, chapped skin, the irritated skin, is because it's that marriage of the virgin coconut oil and the propolis. That virgin coconut oil is going to be very moisturizing. It's going to be very, very cooling to the skin thermically. Again, when I say thermically, I'm speaking from a Chinese herb type perspective. Not that the actual temperature of it is cold. It's just a very cooling type substance. You put some substances on your skin and they feel hot. You put other substances on your skin, they feel cold. That's why, that's where icy hot gets their goofy sensation that they give you on your skin.
For the rescue balm, I didn't feel any of that. I just felt relief.
Well, and that's the beauty of not putting anything artificial in there. You're getting the actual effects of that virgin coconut oil doing the soothing and the cooling, and then you're getting that propolis going on there to just help give it that extra oomph to as far as the sensation of what you're feeling. And then the beauty of the propolis is it's bringing all of these building materials to the tissue to help repair. And according to some very interesting research coming out of India and Japan, propolis shows signs of being a tissue regenerative. The Israelis have been studying it for several decades now for burns. And as you've seen, propolis has some amazing effects. Although next time when you want to do a comparative study, Steve, would you promise me something? Would you do it on a mild sunburn? Don't do it on a chemical burn, brother. Take care of that stuff. And Steve,
thanks, Mo. I appreciate you guys letting me talk on your webcast today.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. It means a lot to our family, and this is a story that I will share with the family over the family meal tonight. These are things that we share with each other, because this is why we're in business, so that we can make a product that is a tangible blessing to people. And that's what everybody should be doing. They should be doing something that is a blessing to other people. So Steve, thank you for being a blessing to us and to me. And make sure you get that checked out, brother.
Okay, thanks, Mo.
Thank you for calling, sir.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Steve calling from Waterloo, Iowa. I hung up on him already. Steve, if you're still listening, please do me a favor. You mentioned that you've been buying online and through your local health food store. If you ever run out, know that at your local Hy-Vee store there in Waterloo, Hy-Vee grocery stores carries Bee Rescued Propolis Care and also the Bee Energized Raw Bee Pollen products. You can go to the Hy-Vee store and they should have our products right there on the shelf. If for some reason that particular store isn't yet carrying the Bee Rescued or Bee Energized, talk to that store manager and say, hey, get this stuff in here, because it's in the distribution chain for them. They can get it in. And Steve, thank you again for calling. I greatly appreciate it. While we're on the topic of Hy-Vee, I have to share this with you. This is just fantastic. I'm a nerd, as you know. I follow Hy-Vee on my Facebook feed because they're a neat company. And every once in a while you'll get a story out of them that just warms the cockles of your heart. And this morning they posted, about 54 minutes ago actually, excuse me, that there was a young 4-year-old boy by the name of Carter who loves everything about vacuum cleaners. I'm reading directly from their post here. He likes how they look. He likes how they work, how they sound. He likes them so much he wanted a replica of his grandmother's sweeper on her birthday cake. You know, it's Iowa, they used the term sweeper. The solution, a trip to the award-winning Hy-Vee Bakery at the North 84th Street store. Carter's dad said, I took the picture of the vacuum to the store, and although they had never done a vacuum cake before, I would say they did a knockout of the park job. That was Carter's dad, Andrew Matthews. He said, it tastes equally as delicious as well. Thanks to the cake decorator at Lincoln Number 2 for making my son's 4th birthday a memorable one. Awesome job. And I want to share a picture of, there's that cake that they made at the North 84th Street store, the Lincoln Number 2 store, the good folks at the Lincoln Hy-Vee. That's quite the cake. We as a company love to partner with unique stores. The people at Hy-Vee, you walk into their stores, you're greeted with a smile, you're greeted with people looking you in the eye saying, how are you today? Just unique group of people, unique group of stores, and we're so privileged to be working with Hy-Vee. And our products are available at Hy-Vee stores, so make sure, if you're like Steve and you need to get your hands on a Rescue Balm stat, you get yourself into Hy-Vee and pick up a Rescue Balm. Beautiful story coming out of Iowa there. I also want to share with you, we had a gentleman, well, Tricia. No, I'm sorry, Tori. Tori, I don't know where you're from, but Tori posted on our Facebook page, we put on Tuesday that we're going to be talking about the various products that we make and their various uses, and we had a very interesting stream of information. Tricia, whoops, go back there. My fingers are getting ahead of me with this mouse. Where are we at here? Tricia wrote in that she loves our products and she loves... I'm sorry, I'm having some difficulty here. My mouse is jumping around. Tricia wrote in about how she loves how our products can be used for so many purposes. For the past week, she says she's been using it on her sunburn and it has helped so much. Customer for life. Woohoo! That's what we love to hear. Tricia, thank you for posting that. But Tori followed up with that, and she wrote something very interesting. Tori wrote, she says, I agree with Tricia. I use the toothpaste as a face mask. Ha ha. Now, that sounds a little bit odd, that someone would be using our toothpaste for a facial mask. But let's think about this for a minute. What's in our toothpaste? You got the water, you got the baking soda, you've got the xanthan gum, you've got, what else? You've got the propolis tincture, and you've got a whole lot of propolis tincture. Remember, our propolis toothpaste is the only toothpaste out there, number one, that's edible and good for you. Number two, it's the only propolis toothpaste out there that when we add the propolis to the mix, it changes the color to the color of propolis. It's because we're adding so much. So when you're putting when Tori's putting that toothpaste on her face, she's getting the effect of all of that propolis sinking into those dermal cells, and it's tonifying the cell, it's hydrating those cells. Propolis has been shown that it might possibly help restore the damage that gets done to that cellular membrane, leading to the sagging elasticity of that cell, and instead of having a firm cellular membrane due to pollution due to UV damage from sunlight. All of these things work against you, and the cell membranes become flaccid, and you end up getting wrinkles, and you end up looking prematurely aged. So by doing something as what might sound some folks as crazy as putting our propolis toothpaste on your face, you're actually getting the effects of that propolis. You're getting the effects of that essential oil, the clove oil, the tea tree oil, the grapefruit oil. You're getting all of the nutrients from those ingredients soaking into the skin, and what a beautiful effect you get. So Tori, thank you for that bit of information. That was excellent. Joanna Price wrote, what products do you have that could help a diabetic recover from a serious foot-toe injury where the flesh is opening and weakening? Now, I'm treading on very thin ice here, and I trust that you'll appreciate that and work with me here. We cannot say that our products will heal that up. But Joanna, I will tell you this, we have numerous customer comments on file where customers have said, I had a diabetic lesion that wasn't healing very well, and I put the rescue balm on this guy, and that rescue balm helped heal that foot. I can't say that it healed it. That's what customers are saying. But what I can say is very nice on all dry, chapped, cracked skin. Please read between the lines. So Joanna, I would say get your hands on some of our rescue balm. I don't know where you were writing in from, but please get your hands on some rescue balm and start applying that to your foot. And I'm going to change hats here, and I'm going to go to my healthcare practitioner hat, and I'm going to say, if you were coming into our acupuncture clinic and you were complaining of a problem on your foot as you described, first thing I would do is put that rescue balm in your hands and say, let's get it on your foot now. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope I don't get slapped for that, my answer. They have such a lack of a sense of humor at the federal level. So, what we've found is, what we've discussed here is the rescue balm for all things skin, all things achy muscles and joints. That's a new thought. We discussed the toothpaste for cleaner teeth and gums. We did that about 2 weeks ago. And we discussed the toothpaste effects on H. pylori bacteria when you ingest the toothpaste because of the propolis levels. We also discussed the toothpaste as a very interesting idea for a topical facial mask. That's pretty exciting. One of the things that we did not discuss was shave gel. And one of the things that my cousin is always... Andrew, are you listening? One of the things that my cousin's always talking about is the shave gel. My family, we're a little bit odd. We have some web toes in our household. Our family tree is a lodgepole pine. Indiana. What can you say? And I just had all of Indiana hanging up on us. Oh, well. You're kidding to me, so you're going to have to put up with me anyway. My cousin Andrew loves to talk about our shave gel, and he loves to talk about how he uses it, not just for the best shave of his life, but he uses it he brushes his teeth with it. He loves brushing his teeth with the shave gel, and you can. It's edible. But one of the things that he also does that is interesting, that he learned from me, this is what I do every morning, is he takes it and he puts it in his hands and he puts it in his hair, and he uses it as a hair gel. Now, what I want you to do is, for all of you that do use a hair gel, is go to your medicine cabinet or cupboard, wherever you keep it, and look at the ingredients. And I want you to look at those ingredients, and I want you to make a decision. Is that something that you want to put anywhere near your body? Those are some pretty nasty stuff. Or do you want to put something that has water, witch hazel, xanthan gum, propolis, a couple essential oils, and I'll tell you what those are. It's clove oil and it's lemongrass oil, and some vitamin E. Very nourishing. Your hair is going to end up softer. That's one of the reasons it works so well shaving, is because it helps to soften those hairs so that your razor can do a better job. So we've discussed some very exciting multitaskers for your home and for your personal care. We've discussed the toothpaste, our Propolis Bee Rescued Propolis toothpaste. We've discussed our Bee Rescued Propolis Rescue Balm, and we've discussed our Bee Rescued Shave Gel, both his and hers. Take a look at your medicine cabinet. Take a look at all of the things that you have in there, and just what those 3 products that we talked about can replace. You're actually saving quite a bit of money. You're actually cleaning up what's going into your body. And you know what? You're partnering with some very beautiful, beautiful souls, both in our company at Hy-Vee, Sprouts, and in stores around the country, Sprouts Farmers Markets, with some exciting missions. And hopefully next week we can talk about some of the missions that our company does, some of the outreach programs that we do. I'm not just out of time, I'm overtime. And nobody likes overtime, and putting my CEO hat back on. Ixnay on the overtime snay. How many CEOs speak Pig Latin? How do you like that? That was class, wasn't it? So the music is coming on. I want to say thank you to all of you who have joined us today and who are going to be joining us on the YouTube feed. Thank you for joining us and being part of our webcast. To Steve that called, and to the other callers that we didn't have time for, I'm sorry we didn't get to. Call back again next week. We'll make a point to get to your calls. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you again for being part of our webcast. Until next week, be happy,